Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The International Medic. Today I'll be talking about how I got into medical school on a partial scholarship even after I failed my A-levels. Please like, share and subscribe. Okay, welcome back and let's get into it. So I'll be talking about my pathway to medicine and how I got to Brunel Medical School. So let's start from 2016. That was when I came from Nigeria to the UK to Cat's College, Cambridge, which is an A-level school and foundation school. It had a lot of international students. I think there was only like 2 British students there amongst like 200 people. So it was quite a fun place because you could meet a lot of people from different places across the whole world, and you meet different cultures and learn different things. And I still have friends from there for like the past 6 years or 5 years, so it was quite fun. I can't really say the same about my A-level grades though. When I was at A-levels, I studied biology, chemistry and physics. I didn't do math because it was just so hard. A-level math is actually, it's just tough basically. And but don't get me wrong, physics, biology and chemistry, nothing is easier. To be fair, it all depends on which one you prefer and which one you're better at. Trust me, physics was hard. Like, my issue with physics was that it's not that I didn't know what I was learning, it's not that I didn't understand or enjoy learning new things. It was the fact that I wasn't getting the grades that I wanted even after studying for a while, mainly because the studying method that I used wasn't effective. That's another thing to think about. You can know the information and you can read a lot, but if your studying method isn't effective, at the end of the day you won't get the grades, and then universities won't know that you know what you're studying because they only look at the grades and like the other qualifications they've given everybody else. If you don't get the grades, you can't reach those entry requirements and you won't get accepted. It is what it is. So I applied for BMAT degrees at different universities. I applied to Manchester and some other universities I've forgotten where else I applied to. I think I also applied to St. George's, I'm not sure. But I didn't get the grades that I needed to get and I went into clearance. I actually got, from my top school was Manchester at that point in time that I wanted to go to. I did the interview, I did well, I got an offer, but I didn't just meet the conditions. So yeah, I had to go into clearance. And let's fast forward. So I got into Kingston University via clearance and I studied there for 3 years, but I didn't do the placement here. So I did well and got a first class with that. And I'll just give a quick advice. Basically, if you do a degree that offers a placement, I would say please do that placement, because trust me, it's hard to get a job out here with just your undergraduate degree. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. Because I finished with the first class and I had that feeling that, you know what, I've graduated with a first class, let me apply. As long as I have a good CV, I should be getting jobs. But when it comes to health, especially healthcare related degrees or healthcare related jobs, you have to have a certain type of qualification, which is what I expect, which is what you would expect, because you're dealing with people's lives. So your degree on its own isn't enough. You have to go either get a master's, a PhD, or work in the company, maybe a pharmaceutical company, for a certain period of time, or get like a work experience. So that's why the placement here is really good. And if you're doing any degree like that, I would say please do your placement here, because trust me, it's tough out here. Trust me. Anyway, that's just on the side. And also quickly, I want you guys to guess what I got for my A-levels. I'll give you a hint. The highest grade I got was a C. So write it in the comments and let's find out. Let's see what I got. And okay, let's get back into the video. So after I graduated from Kingston University, which was just last year, I applied for medicine and applied to different universities, and I ended up getting 2 offers. So I got an offer from Buckingham University and Brunel University to study medicine. And I chose Brunel Medical School because I liked the fact that in the first year you do get to meet patients, and especially since I had already done like a biomed degree, which is kind of similar to the first 3 years of medical school. I really wanted to start seeing patients and like helping people out. So that's what I was really looking for, and Brunel offered me that. And also they offered me a scholarship. So I mean, that's probably the the main factor, but you know, it is what it is. I chose Brunel at the end of the day, and I don't regret it, because I've gotten to see like the staff and like the university and the medical part, and it's so helpful. Like everything they have thought about will help you as a student. It's there to help you learn over a period of time, not just to help you get the degree, but to actually learn something, which I really like about it. I like the way that they carried about in creating their medical school, and I like the teams and like the structure, which I'll talk about in a whole different video. For my medical school, I did the BMAT and UCAT. Trust me, they were tough, you know, very tough for me. When it came to my UCAT, I was motivated from the beginning. I had given myself like 3 months to prepare, and I was motivated. Then eventually, after some time, I got kind of overwhelmed because I was doing my dissertation in my final year. I had some deadlines to meet, so it was just a lot of things happening for me all in the same month, or all around the same time. So I just got really overwhelmed, and I didn't end up really preparing well enough. I mean, I did practice daily, but that wasn't enough. I had to learn certain techniques. It was quite difficult, but I got some help from some tutors to help me prepare. And that was like 3 weeks before the exam, or 2 weeks before the exam. And then when they were teaching me, I realized that I didn't know enough to be able to do well in the exam. So it just got to the point that when the exam came, I was just like, it is what it is. And I think the same thing as well for BMAT. But I did try my best, not my best, but I did try, and it didn't work out. So my backup plan in case any of my medical applications didn't go through was to do my master's, and then after that apply for medicine again. But I am where I am right now, and I'm grateful for everything. I applied to 5 universities through UCAT. I applied to, I think, Kent University. I applied to Nottingham University. I applied to, I think, Lancaster, and I also applied to Brighton and Sussex. So yeah, the reason why I applied to those universities was because I had to apply strategically as an international student, and also with the kind of grades I had got, because not a lot of universities for medicine take graduate entry, like take graduate grades for undergraduate entry, because I wasn't trying to get into graduate entry because the competition there is just too much. It's just too much. You have the least amount of spaces for international students, and then you have to have, so for you to stand out, you have to have the highest of highest grades. And I had to be realistic with myself. I wasn't at that level. So I just said, that's not what I'm going to go to. Because you only have so many spaces, so you can't really just apply to anyone and hope for the best. You have to be strategic about it. So I applied to those universities because mainly I could enter with my graduate entry and with my degree, my first class degree. So that's what I did, but I got rejected from all 5 of them. So much for applying strategically. But yeah, I got rejected from all 5 of them, and then I applied to Brunel Medical School and Buckingham University directly. Actually, funny story. Okay, not so funny, but the person that was tutoring me gave me an advice like, oh, have you heard of Brunel, or have you heard of Buckingham University? Like, you can apply to those universities directly. And I was like, yeah, and I applied to them. And that's how I got to where I am now. So hopefully you found that interesting and you liked it. Please like and subscribe and share with other people.